We went and met with Jennifer over at AMC, and we said, hey, we want to do this. And she said, that'll never work. So we turned the software on for one property of Jed's, and we got 30 reviews in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And she called us and said, I need this in all of my properties. A couple years in, we were selling to salons, spas, medical offices, chiropractors.
Yeah, funny story. I used it at Dev Mountain for like
Dev Mountain.
Justin got me to sign up and use it and pay.
You're sucker.
No, I think you guys. I think right when we started, like about 6 months later, you kind of hyper focused on like the multifamily like thing, and that's maybe kind of a path I want to go down. Like, how did you realize? Okay, you were doing all these different verticals, and you're like, okay, this is where we want to go. Because I feel like that's when the company started taking off. Really, was.
Yeah. So multifamily is still like 70+% of your customer base, right? Something like that.
95
now.
95%.
Yeah.
So a couple years in, I mean, we had Mary Maids, like cleaning service. We had the whole franchise of them. We did Sport Clips haircuts, which we had the whole franchise. Like, we were authorized to sell there for a bit. Anyway, so we ended up like kind of servicing all these service customers, and Jed Milburn, does that name sound familiar, up in Salt Lake? Milburn and Company.
Sounds familiar, but.
And so anyways, big real estate guy. Justin knew him somehow. He knew everybody somehow, right? And he's like, hey, our apartment reviews suck. They're so bad. And he's like, do you think it would work for that? And Justin's like, well, we could try it. So he said, I'm going to connect you with my manager. They're at AMC, property consultants, still a client of ours today. But we went and met with Jennifer over at AMC, and we said, hey, we want to do this. And she said, that'll never work, but maybe. And so we turned the software on for one property of Jed's, and we got 30 reviews in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And she called us and said, I need this in all of my properties. And so come down, meet, let's figure out a price point there. Because we were working with Jed specifically, like on pricing and everything like that before. And so that is how we started. We didn't know at the time that AMC was the third largest in the nation for property management.
Wow.
How long did it take you to roll out to all of their properties?
Oh, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, they have 600-700 properties, and we probably have, we have a lot of them now.
Okay. So you kind of started throwing up spaghetti on the wall, seeing where you could grab some land and get customers and get traction. And
this is actually advice from your dad.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember this. We were at the mall. We were sitting there in the food court of the mall, and you said you should go sell five companies in all these different areas and figure out which one like really resonates like back. And so we had done, up to that point, like on our service-based customer, we were $1.5 million in ARR, and we were on our way, and we had a whole sales team like churning that we were growing by almost 100K a month at that point. And then this property management side came in, and our biggest problem is that we went to market with, we're going to automate the process of getting you reviews. And that's a lot of integrations, right? Especially with this spa uses this CRM and this uses this. Because it's pretty fragmented on the CRM side. Yeah. So we looked at property management, and my background being finance marketing, right? So I have a master's degree in finance. And so I was looking at the numbers and going, well, these properties are way more lucrative, like on a churn perspective than our service-based clients. And so we just...
So basically what it is it was a little bit of a red ocean in trying to cover all SMBs, small and medium businesses.
Totally.
Okay. A lot of companies coming in to do that.
Yes.
And so you wanted to sharpen your competitive angle by hyper-focusing on a vertical. And you need to go test which vertical literally had the most hair on fire use case, plus was the easiest and best for you to make a profit on servicing, right?
Totally.
And that's what you did. And then you discovered that and found it.
Yeah.
That's the process that you go through. They call it split the market. In other words, if you are in something where there's a lot of general players, you can hyper-focus and split the market up to a hyper-focused category and do really well. And opinion is the embodiment of that principle.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, there's two things. When you have a horizontal strategy and you're trying to get in all these different businesses, there's all, like, even the way that you speak to those customers can be different from a salon to a CrossFit.
Yes.
Right? How they think about, how they address their users, right? Because some are like, oh, there are athletes, and some there are patients, and some, there are customers, and some, so you've got like all of these different things. And when you have a horizontal strategy, when you really go vertical specific, they call it the riches are in the niches, right? And so, and that's exactly what we did. And so that changed our entire strategy from, okay, we're going to sell to everyone to we're just going to sell to property management. We found an investor who was specific to property management, RET Ventures that are up in Park City.
And, I remember that. Yep.
And now they're, a couple $100 million fund. And so we raise money from them, but the unique piece about that is that their LPs or their investors are property management companies. So they're eating their own dog food a little bit.
So they like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Totally.
So they're just happy to implement it in all their properties.
Yeah, absolutely. So a third of our business right now are from our LP connections.
Wow.
And because they go, hey, invest in us. We'll invest in software companies. That'll raise the valuation of the capital you just put into us. And it's just like this big loop back and forth. So
that's amazing. That's amazing strategy. So you felt like you could leave behind every other vertical and hyper focus. What year was that you guys hyper focused on multifamily residential like complexes?
It was 2019, right before COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, right before COVID.
Yeah, about 6 months a year out of COVID.
When did you raise that money from RET?
So beginning of 2019.
2019.
Yep.
And I remember some of the, Tyler, I'm not sure if you're fully aware of this, but all this time I'm on their advisory board.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Probably the senior advisor that helped you coordinate the advisory board, if I remember right. Yep. And so we were having these advisory board meetings. And then what really happened is sit down with Justin and Devon, and we talked about you need to now focus on your performance and really kind of engineer your sales and revenue traction and show this 10% month over month growth so that you can be on the driver's seat for the next investor, right? And that's what you guys did. And you guys started nailing it. It was awesome.
Well, I like the strategy of hyper focusing on the multifamily too, because it was like, it kind of differentiated you, because I do feel like even today, and probably even 5 years ago or 7 years ago, there was a lot of technology companies or software companies that were doing this. It was kind of the hot market at the time, which was like this feedback loop and this like review, categorizing and, this SMS or email campaign to get clients to give feedback, right? And, even in the day where my company before was using it and utilizing it. And so it's kind of, you weren't trying to serve all masters. It was like, okay, yeah, let's
and then you can go
focus on this
deep and you can be the dominant player.
Totally.
But what's also the point I was making too was this, that you also then said, hey, we want to be good entrepreneurs and a great business independent of the vertical we chose or even the market we're in. And you started also then managing the company really properly and getting great traction. Yeah. And it put you in the driver's seat. And it was really awesome to see. You're not just focusing on, okay, here's our product. We're hyper-focused on this vertical, but we also know how the game's played because you're a highly scalable venture. And this is a principle for the listeners and viewers. A highly scalable venture is probably going to need external capital to fuel the growth.
Yep.
And that's what you guys went through that period. But to land that fuel, to get that fuel, you have to paint a really good financial picture. It's just not, hey, you got to trust me and believe me, it's going to happen. You got to show you've got the trajectory that they can believe in. And that's what you guys did a really good job on.